So there was a time I used to hate having a beard, but I guess it just grew on me.
Perfect.
Hello there broskies, Erkin back here with another video, and I'm really hoping this video helps you out for the winter because it's getting very chilly. It's coming to that time of year where we really have to think about wrapping those what's-it toes up and keeping them warm. And for us sneakerheads from the UK, it can be such a mission when choosing our sneakers. Sometimes there's about 4 seasons in one day, and I'm not exaggerating. But as you can tell by the title, this is the best Nike sneakers for the winter. Now you might agree with every single sneaker on this list, or you might even disagree with every single one. And some of these sneakers you may even have in your rotation. Whatever the weather, Trevor, leave it down below and comment your best sneakers for the winter. But without further ado, let's kick this list off. Now first up is a sneaker that I can't recommend enough, especially for the fall or winter, and that is the Nike Air Force 1 and Gore-Tex collaboration. Now this silhouette does come in a low and a high cut, but for me, I do prefer the high. I just feel the high version might just be a lot better for the winter, especially if there's snow involved. But don't get me wrong, the low will do its job as well. The Gore-Tex material does do the Air Force 1 wonders. Now this one is sort of a newcomer. It made its comeback this year and it didn't really get that much hype. And for me, it did get super slept on. But next up on this list is the Nike Air Huarache ACG Moab. Now there's not much else I can say about Nike's ACG line. It really does what it says on the tin, all conditions gear. And this silhouette really does cater for that. Of course we've got the comfort to the Huarache, which is very known for it. But then you've got the switch up to that sock-like feature to the ankle, which gives it tons of more weatherproofing. So you're less likely to get those spillages in those socks. Now even though the Huarache is a classic sneaker on its own, I feel this silhouette switches it up so much. So if you are looking for a solid investment for the winter, then I think these might be the one. So that's of course the Nike Air Huarache Moab. Now this is a sneaker that I think sits on top of this list, but if you haven't guessed it already, this isn't in any order. But next up is the Air Max 90 Surplus. Now this sneaker being inspired by army boots and that sort of thing, you already know this sneaker means business. Including that Cordura fabric, this sneaker is one of the best sneakers you can get for the winter. Now it's not waterproof by any means, but this can withstand so much. It's got great traction to the outsole, great and solid upper materials as well. It's got that sort of steel toe cap vibe to it, so if you're going hiking and that sort of thing, then you haven't really got to worry about those what's-it toes. And being as rugged as this sneaker is, these will last you years. Now recently Nike have brought these sneakers out yet again in more colorways, and I think it was the right decision. That all black colorway, for me, you just can't go wrong. Now a couple of the sneakers next up on this list, you might be surprised. But let me explain. I'm gonna go with the Air Max 95 Essential just because you can get them readily available. And the use of the leather materials on the upper give you better insulation than a normal Air Max 95. And they are better off in the rain as well, so if you wanted to wear these on a casual one, then you could do so. In my opinion, it's always got to be that all black finish, but the smoke grey Air Max 95 Essentials are a winner chicken dinner too. There's just something about an essential Air Max 95, in my opinion anyway. Now next up is another silhouette that you might not even think about for the winter, but it will make sense in a minute. Next up, I'm going to include the Nike Dunk. Yes, you heard me right, the Nike Dunk. What are you thinking, broski? What have you been smoking? But the leather Nike Dunks can be very good for the winter. Just imagine the rain falling off those leather panels on your Nike Dunk. You can't really complain there. And yes, of course, it makes more sense to get the Nike Dunk high over the low, just because there's sort of more protection. And for me, as of late, the Hyper Cobalts haven't really let me down because of the leather, and I say that because it's more of a plastic finish. The rain just sort of trickles down. But next to make the list is the Nike Dunk. Now next up is probably one you haven't even heard before, but it is the Nike Path Winter. Now this looks very similar to the Nike Gore-Tex highs, and there's reasons why it is a good thing. This sneaker looks like it's been sealed off at every single panel, and that's of course to battle the winter. For me, I haven't had these in hand, so take this with a pinch of salt, but it looks like a great investment. And for retailing over here in the UK for about £80, it might be a good deal. But that's of course the Nike Path Winter. Now the last entry to finish off this list is another Air Force 1. And this one, I've had a few subscribers ask me about it as well. but it is the Nike Air Force 1 Luxe. Is it Luxe? 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 But for the sake of this video, the Air Force 1 Luxe, it does look so similar to the Gore-Tex. Now for me, that's not really a bad thing. It looks like it's got great traction to the outsole and the upper materials look like it means business. And again, that black colorway just looks too good. So if you are a fan of the Air Force 1 and you want that mean look to a sneaker, then this might be the one. So broskies, that is the Nike Air Force 1 Luxe. So this has been my list to the best Nike sneakers you could get for the winter. Of course, I'm interested to know what makes your list. Comment down below your top 5. But if you're too lazy for that, comment down below what's in your winter rotation. But that's enough from me, broskies. I hope you liked this video. And don't forget to hit me up on IG as well. I'm most active over there. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And until the next episode, take care.